Claude Code now writes 4% of every single commit on GitHub. Spotify's engineering team hasn't written code by hand since December. Anthropic's own engineers ship 10 to 30 pull requests a day, every single one generated by AI. And the guy who built Claude Code just said, quote, "The title software engineer is going to start to go away. So should you even bother learning to code in 2026? I went through everything the CEOs of Anthropic and OpenAI and Andrej Karpathy have actually said about this, and the real answer is way more useful than either side wants to admit. So if you don't know who I am, I'm a solution engineer at AWS for the last 6 years, and I design systems and code for a living. So this question isn't theoretical. I do this every single day. And I'm seeing two loud camps online right now. There is the camp that says coding is dead, don't waste your time, versus AI can't replace real engineers, just work harder. Both are wrong. The truth is a little weirder, and I say that as someone who uses these tools and help other engineers use these tools every single day. I'm going to walk you through what each one of these three people actually said, and then I'm going to give you the framework that I would follow if I had to start from zero today. Person number one is Dario, the CEO of Anthropic. His quote, "AI is 6 to 12 months away from doing what software engineers do day to day." His advice is don't compete with AI, right? Build around it. You want to focus on human-centered tasks. Think about real-world behavior, emotions, understanding people, and decision-making. He also has a warning about descaling. Anthropic ran an internal study, and they noticed that engineers who rely heavily on AI tools are losing the ability to think independently. The part that no one quotes. He also said if humans do 5% of a task and AI does 95%, that 5% gets super amplified in value. So the takeaway from Dario is coding isn't dead, but the value of coding has concentrated. That 5% you do matters more than ever. You just need to be doing the right 5%. Sam Altman says something that sounds completely different. Person two, Sam Altman. So his quote is, "Mastering AI tools is the new learn to code." It does sound like he's saying don't learn to code, but read the full interview. He's still recommending to start with Python as the foundation. His actual advice is learn basic programming skills, then immediately shift your focus to AI tool fluency. So think prompting, reviewing AI output, and building with agents. And he also emphasizes soft skills. So he's specifically calling out resilience, adaptability, and learning how to learn as the skills that will last. His obvious tactical advice for people who want to advance in their career and business is get really good at using AI tools, and that's the career equivalent of what Learn to Code was 10 years ago. So Sam is saying learn enough code to direct the tools, then master the tools. Dario is saying focus on the human 5%, but then Karpathy drops a term that reframes the whole conversation. Person three, Andrej Karpathy. He was the director of AI for Tesla. He's also the co-founder of OpenAI, and he coined the term vibe coding in early 2025, and now he's already moved past it. His new term is Agentic engineering. His personal ratio flip. So he actually went from writing 80% of his code himself and then delegating 20% to the agents to the complete opposite. New skill that he's building and that he talks about all the time is judgment. So it's knowing what to delegate, how to specify it clearly, and how to review output fast. That's the job right now. But the critical nuance, he said, is deep technical mastery is even more of a multiplier than before. So if you understand system architecture deeply, you can direct a team of AI agents that can achieve 10 to 100 times of what a single coder could do. But if you don't understand the fundamentals, you can't tell whether the agent is going to output garbage or not. All three of them are saying versions of the same thing. And they're not saying don't learn how to code. It's something more specific. So I'm going to give you the framework on what learn to code actually means in 2026. So all three are agreeing on the same exact thing. Skill isn't syntax. Nobody cares if you can write a for loop from memory. This is the real skill stack in order. The first one is specification. Can you describe exactly what you want to build with enough precision for an AI agent to build it? Second is judgment. Can you look at an AI generated code and spot what's broken or wrong? 3 is architecture. Can you design how systems connect even if AI writes every individual piece? 4, tool fluency. Can you move between Claude Code, Codex, and other AI tools and models and pick the right tool for the right task? So for steps 1 through 3, you need enough coding fundamentals. You don't have to grind leak code for 6 months anymore or spend months at a coding camp. The way that you want to think about it is driving versus building a car. You don't need to build an engine, but you need to know how to drive, read the dashboard, and know when something sounds wrong. So what does this look like practically? If I were starting from scratch today, here's the exact path I'd follow. So week 1 through 2 is learn Python basics. Not a 6-month bootcamp, just learn variables, functions, loops, APIs, enough to read code and know what you're looking at. Then from week 3 to 4, you want to pick one AI coding tool. Claude Code, Cursor, Anti-Gravity, or Codex, and then build something real with it. This could be a personal website, a small automation, a data dashboard. The tool writes the code, you direct and review it. And then in your second month, you want to build something a little harder. So a tool that connects to an API, an automation that runs on schedule, something with moving parts where architecture decisions actually matter. And then from there, this is going to be ongoing, right? The learning never stops because the tools are changing every month. At AWS, I'm learning a new tool actually on a weekly basis, but the fundamentals that we talked about, the specification, judgment, architecture, are compounding. They're that 5% that Dario is talking about. The question isn't, should you learn how to code? The question is, can you direct something that codes for you? And the answer to that is only if you understand when it's wrong. If you found this useful, I'm going deep on AI tools for people who build things on this channel. Subscribe if you want the practical stuff, not the hype. Things that I'm using every single day, things that I'm sharing with other engineers across Fortune 500 companies. And if you know someone who's panicking about whether to learn code right now, send them this video. It's going to save them a lot of anxiety, and I'll see you in the next one.